Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy. So in the last class we started with the properties of determinant and already I explained four properties. Once again I am repeating that statement of the property. The first property is in a determinant if you are interchanging all the rows into columns then the value of the determinant will not change. That is the first property. What is the second? In the second one, if you interchange any two row or any two columns, then the value of the determinant will change in its sign. The numerical value will remain same but changes. If the original will plus, then after interchanging you will get minus like that. And the third one, in a determinant, if any two row or two columns are identical, then the value of the determinant will be 0. The fourth one is, if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. So depending on this I am giving you the remarks. First one, by this property we can take out any common factor from any one row or any one column of a given determinant. And the second one is, if corresponding elements of any two rows or columns of a determinant are proportional, that is in the same ratio then its value is 0. So I will explain with the help of example. You have to remember these statements. The statements are very important. See here, suppose if the delta is, first row is KA1, KA2, KA3. This is A1, A2, A3. This is C1, C2, C3. See here, in the first row we can take K as a common. As in the remark, you can take a common from any one row or one column. K common, what is remaining? A1, A2, A3. Second row is also A1, A2, A3. Third row is C1, C2, C3. See now what you are observing? We are observing that the first and the second row are identical. That means the corresponding values are same. If the corresponding values are same, without expansion directly you can say that the answer is 0. Now I am giving you one example here. This is a general concept. Above is a general concept. Now I am giving you an example. See how you are solving this example, and the mark this question is for 1 mark in part A. So here 102, how you split 102? It is 6 into 17. 18 is 6 into 3. 36 is 6 into 6. 1, 3, 4, and third row the 17, 3, 6 as it is. See students, in the first row what we can take common? We can take 6 common. Is it correct or what? Here also 6, here also 6, here also 6. The remaining is 17, 3, 6. Write down the remaining two row as it is. 1, 3, 4, 17, 3, 6. Now what you are observing in the determinant? In the determinant, the first and the third row are identical. If any two row are identical, the answer is 0. See, is it very simple or what? Without expansion directly you can write. Now moving to the next property. The next property is fifth one. Fifth is very important. Just remember the property statement, because we are applying that in the examples when we are solving. That example comes in part E for 4 marks. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. See, the whole concept I am explaining in the form of equations. That is, we have to prove that. See here, the first row I am expressing as a sum of two terms. B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. This we have to express as, we have to split as sum of two determinants. Before moving to the verification proof, again I will explain that statement itself. If sum or all elements of a row or a column of a determinant are expressed as sum means addition of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. Here the first row is expressed as sum of two terms, so it is splitting as sum of two determinants. Second and third row remains as it is. Only in place of first row, first determinant will be A1, A2, A3. In the second determinant we have lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Now I will give you the verification for this. So write down left side, that is A1 plus lambda 1, A2 plus lambda 2, A3 plus lambda 3. This is B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now expand this. This is as it is plus minus plus, and I told you to keep a pencil with you. So by pencil mark that is for your reference. Now expand it. A1 plus lambda 1, it lies in first row and first column, leave that. B2 C3 minus C2 B3 minus second one A2 plus lambda 2, it lies in first row and second column, leave that. B1 C3 minus C1 B3 plus A3 plus lambda 3, it lies in first row third column, leave that. B1 C2 minus C1 B2. Now I am removing a bracket, multiplying first term with this bracket. See A1 B2 C3 minus C2 B3 plus lambda 1, same bracket. B2 C3 minus C2 B3 minus with A2 it is. The bracket remains as it is. After that I am writing the term with A1, A2, A3, one grouping. And here also we cannot do any mistakes. It is not possible only because see that numbers 3, 1, 2. In every multiplication we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like that. There maybe their orders are different. Next, lambda. And I don't know whether the students observed or what. Here outside whatever is the numbers present when you are expanding the determinant, that is nothing but the first row. So with the help of that basic concept, the whole first expression will be written in the form of determinant as we are applying in reverse. And in the second, this complete. That's why I wrote in the second step. This expression, the first number will be lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. This is B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. See, like this we are splitting the, if the for any row or column is a sum of two terms, it will be splitting as a sum of two determinants. Now I will explain with the help of example how we are applying this property when we are solving the examples. Show that first row A, B, C. Second row A plus 2x, B plus 2y, C plus 2z. The third row x, y, z is equal to 0. See, if the problem is show that or prove that, start with LHS. Now I am writing the LHS. A plus 2x, x. B plus 2y, y. C plus 2z, and this is z. And just now we proved one property. Now here this in the second row each element is a sum of two terms. So that's why we are writing as first row as it is. In the second row it is A, B, C. First elements in each expression we have to write first element. Then middle plus. Which one you are splitting, only that will change. The other two row as it is. This is A, B, C. This is 2x, 2y, 2z, A, B, C. Now this we are writing first determinant will be 0. Why? Because first and the second row are identical. Plus 2 is common in the second row. See, again this is also 0. Why? Because here second and the third row are identical. So final answer is 0. That is nothing but RHS. See, like this we are applying properties in the examples. Moving to the next property. That is property number 6. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added. The value of the determinant remains the same that is the value of the determinant remains the same if we apply See, if I write like this, you will not follow anything. Understood? Correct? Simply you are getting a tension. Don't worry, I will explain each and every line. Here, suppose delta is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, and delta 1 is like this. I will explain why I am writing like that. Here, this I wrote by applying a property. The property is like this. See, we change the first row. That is R1 dash. R1 dash tells you are changing the first row. How you are changing? For R1, we are adding the third row after multiplying with K. After multiplying with K. That means each element of third row is multiplied with K. Then we are adding to the corresponding elements of first row. That is delta 1. But we know that property tells you whatever the operation you will apply, but the value will not change. That means we have to prove that delta and delta 1 are not different, they are equal. So consider delta 1. It is A1 plus K C1, A2 plus K C2, A3 plus K C3. This is B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now I am splitting the determinant as the first determinant is A1, A2, A3 because it is the sum of two terms B1, B2, B3. This is C1, C2, C3 middle plus, and the second determinant will be second expression, second elements in each expression. Yes. But the first one is delta, and what about the second? In the second I am taking K common in first row. This is C1, C2, C3, this is B1, B2, B3, again C1, C2, C3. Here first and the third row are identical, so the answer is 0. This whole part becomes 0, then what will be remaining? Delta will be remaining. We started with delta 1, we got a delta. That means after applying a different operations also the value of the determinant will not change, but the operation will be in systematic. Whatever you want, not in different order you cannot, it should be in a order. Now I am explaining with the help of example.